Let me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
Happy vacation after a vacation?
Yeah, sure. I did nothing today. Nothing at all. I put on a bra at like 8:30. Kevin said, "Why are you putting on a bra right now?" So my sister's coming over. And he also thought that was weird. I'm like, I don't need to be flopping around.
Oh, Kevin. I mean, we do dress up a little bit for each other.
Right?
I went hiking today.
Oh,
I
that's
knew you'd
horrible.
love that. In a bathing suit. That was horrible.
Why?
Well, because we tried.
It's like you took one thing and made it worse.
I know. Well, we tried to go to a little splash thing that we're members of, but they're closed on Mondays. So we got all the way there, and I was like, I think I know of another splash pad. So we went to this other one that is near like a really cool hiking trail that Miles and I have been on. Yes, Beckley. And we went to that one, and of course, as soon as he saw where we were, he was like, "Oh, Mom, we got to go on that trail." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, but we're in our bathing suit. I'm in flip-flops, but let's do it." So we went, and
You're such
it
a
was
good
great.
mom.
It was fun. I mean, I do like to hike. I do like that trail, and it's not super hard. It's literally walking in the woods, so it's not bad. So we did that, but we stayed for about 10 minutes, and I was like, "Okay, Mom's done." We're in the hot sun, and now there's not even a sprinkler to go through to cool off. And
Why wasn't there a sprinkler? You could go after you were back,
we
right?
could, but I was done. I was like, we went hiking, check. We're ready to get back in the car, get in the cool air conditioning.
Man, I would have absolutely gone through that sprinkler.
Yeah, no,
I'm a water girl.
There were some fits that were being had. It was time. It was like, let's wrap this up. It's time to go.
Yeah, I get that. I love water. I could be in water or by water for the rest of my life.
Me too. We were at a creek, Aaron. You could have put your feet in the creek.
Oh, no. Dirty water.
It wasn't dirty. It was crystal clear.
There are bugs in that water.
What if that turtle that you showed me?
Yeah, an alligator snapping turtle.
We'll have to put that on our Facebook or something. It is. I did not know that snapping turtles got that big.
It was
in
crazy.
rivers.
It had the biggest head of anything I've ever seen.
It looked like a dinosaur. I mean, like a huge dinosaur.
Yeah, this was on
Crazy.
a TikTok video. We did not see it in real life.
No, that'd
Thank
be
goodness.
cool.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I could handle it. It'd be too scary.
No, I couldn't handle it. That would be too much in person to see for sure.
Yeah, this really makes me want to tell you about my dream.
Okay, tell me about your dream, and then also you need to tell me about the story that you teased me about while on vacation.
Yeah.
It's been like a week. You haven't told me this.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to tell you.
Killing me.
Kevin, I told him, and he was like, "Oh, I see what this is going." And then he was like, "I did not see where that was going."
Oh my gosh, sugar packets fell out of your hoo-ha.
She gave me an idea. Okay, listen, we're going to cut this for Patreon because I'm afraid we're going to be talking too much.
Okay.
So if you want to hear.
Well, you're afraid we're going to be talking too much. That's cute.
If you want to hear the crazy turtle dream, listen to our Patreon. Join our Patreon. Yeah, there you go. If you want to hear that weird dream, join our Patreon.
Oh my gosh. And it was weird.
It was weird.
I just never will understand how your dreams can be so detailed.
Very detailed.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, are you ready for the story?
Yeah. This is what I've been waiting for.
Okay, this is actually quite embarrassing.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I love a good embarrassing story.
Okay, so let me take everybody back.
Okay.
We went on vacation, all the sisters, all of our children.
Yes. Ooh, it was a lot of kids.
It was a lot of kids. We were outnumbered. It was fun. We had a great time.
We
But
did.
boy, it was a lot
great.
of kids. Now, when I looked at our Airbnb that we were going to be staying at,
Okay.
it looked like all the adults had their own room. That was not the case.
Uh-huh.
Also, when I'm sleeping in a new place, sometimes I have a really hard time falling asleep.
Right.
So some things that can help you fall asleep. I thought, I'm just going to bring this and I'll just put it in my suitcase. You just never know.
Oh my gosh.
You all know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Something that normally keep in your drawer, but you didn't. You put it in a suitcase.
Buzz Lightyear, as my husband and I call it. It's fine.
Oh my gosh, that's so dorky. I'll call it Buzz Lightyear. Oh, that's great.
Anyways, I thought we'd have our own room. I thought I'll just bring it just in case. Whatever. Helps you sleep.
Sure. We're on vacation.
Everyone should enjoy
relax.
themselves.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
gosh.
I thought to pack it the morning we're leaving. So I'm like, I'll just shove it in my pillowcase because
The pillowcase that was in the van with us all.
Just let me tell a story.
Okay, sorry.
So my suitcase was already in the car, so I thought I'll put it in my pillowcase.
Okay.
but I know that my pillow is going to be passed around this car.
Yeah, it is. Like I slept on it at one point.
It was like in its little home. It's fine. Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways, I thought when I'm planning on bringing this, I think, well, I'll put it in here. But then as soon as I get to the car, I'll just sneak it in my luggage real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Because I don't want this being passed around. No, you're like Kevin. You think you know where it's going.
Okay.
You don't.
Okay.
I get to the car. I very stealthily hide it in my suitcase in the front pocket.
Okay.
Fine. All is well.
All is well. Okay.
We get to our final destination.
Okay.
It turns out I do not have.
Yeah, you had to sleep. You had to share a room with our sister.
I had to share a room. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I am going to like make this even more hidden because I was pretty sure I could unzip the lining in the inside of my backpack.
Okay.
Or not backpack, luggage.
Suitcase, yeah.
And hide it even better.
Okay.
Because how awkward would it be if our sister was looking for something and stumbled across that? That would be uncomfortable. So I was like, I'm just going to hide it.
Oh, man, I would have had a field day.
Yeah.
Like I would have probably like hid it and took pictures with it like all around South Carolina.
Oh my gosh.
You're lucky the right sister bunked with you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so then I go to get it out of my hiding spot.
Okay.
It's not there.
Shut up.
It's not there. So I'm like, well, I put it in one of the top pockets. Like I've got the big
oh my gosh,
luggage.
Erin, I'm just imagining the panic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was so panicked.
oh my gosh.
So I'm like, okay, what? I'm like, now I've taken out every item of clothing.
Oh my gosh.
And which I know it's not in that big part because I know specifically that I put it in that top luggage
Cannot
pocket.
believe you've waited this long to tell me this.
I know, I wanted to tell you
oh
so
my
bad.
Gosh.
So then I was like, okay, don't panic. I definitely put it in like the morning we left. I know it's in here.
Okay.
What could be the answer?
What could be the answer? What could have taken this?
Weirdly,
vibrator?
I never thought Megan found it and started hiding it, which should have been the thought.
Oh man, I wish I would have gone through your luggage.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't realize you had it in you to bring your vibrator.
Then I
know now though.
Then I start thinking my luggage is like, like a Russian doll. It's like big and it's got little ones that look exactly like it that fit in it.
Oh, yeah.
Guess who has the smaller version of my suitcase?
Oh, your daughter.
My 15-year-old.
Sophie. Did she use your vibrator?
No, good Lord.
You said I wouldn't know where this was headed.
How would I know that?
I don't know.
She's
Maybe
not going to
she
tell
told
me.
you.
Oh, no. So anyways,
oh my gosh.
I have to run to where all the teenagers are sleeping.
Wait, oh my gosh, Erin, this is the best story. So wait, did you stuff it into her suitcase thinking it was your suitcase?
Yep, I put it in the outside pocket of her suitcase.
You put your vibrator in your daughter's suitcase, Erin. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Luckily, it was still right on top and like right in the front of anything.
Think she didn't see it.
So as far as I know,
she
didn't see it.
Gosh.
I was able to rescue it, bring it back to my suitcase, and keep it hidden
what
until
day
we got
was this?
back.
Was this day one?
This was day one in South Carolina.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes.
That was definitely a week ago. I cannot believe you didn't tell me
It was absolutely day one because as soon as I was like, oh, awkward, I'm spending the night. Like I'm spending the week in here. I better go ahead and take care of it. Thank goodness. Because honestly, she's such a little innocent baby. I don't know if she would A, be like, what is this? Or B,
Show everybody, be like,
my mom is giving me, like, she must be gifting me. That is weird. Like, we would have had to have a weird boundaries talk led by her. And I would have to be like, actually.
Or she's like, she just doesn't want me to talk about it. So I'll just never talk about it. But I guess this is mine.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
There's so many scenarios.
Oh my gosh.
Or like she pulls out, she's like, what is this to one of our nieces?
Right.
Oh no.
I know. It's very.
And I really hope she never sees it. You gonna ask her? You didn't ever like find anything in your suitcase that was weird, did you? That'd be really weird if you just found like a random vibrator in there.
No, I'm hoping it's one of those things that if she did see it, she'll tell me in like 15 years and be like,
right.
Yeah, this one time this was weird. And I'll be like, wow.
Well, yeah, that was probably your mother's fault.
I got a story. Apparently I'm too horny to go 1 week. I don't know. I don't know what it says.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I mean, you know what? Whatever. Do your thing. I like the thought process. I will say it didn't cross my mind, but I like the
for
way
you.
your brain went. I mean, good. I'm all for women's lib and go do your thing, and nobody should be ashamed of it. But I just didn't think that way. Family vacation with so many kids.
Well, they weren't going to be in my bed.
Sure. I mean, I always had a kid in my bed, and I got to sleep with in my own bed, but I still always had a kid in my bed.
Yeah, well, that's your fault. You have such young children.
I know, it is really my fault. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you waited that long to tell me that story.
I know. And like 3 nights in, we were all sitting around. I'm just going to tell this story real quick, listening to random music on my phone. And
oh my gosh,
Lady Gaga, Sophie's sitting right there.
We're all sitting around with your daughter. Yeah.
With the daughter I gifted a vibrator to. Is sitting there. And this song, Lady Gaga, I don't even know what song it is, like what the title is, but it's
the best line I've ever heard in the song ever.
I lay awake. I touch myself to pass the time. And I thought, oh my gosh, if this could not be more fitting.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Like, well, now there's a lyric to a song.
Yeah, Sophie, I could feel how embarrassed she was at that line. Like she wanted to crawl under the sand.
Her old aunts and her old mom are all sitting around listening to masturbation music. That's what we like to do in our spare time.
That's right.
It's what old ladies like to do.
It's Lady Gaga. You can't take her off the playlist. It's Lady Gaga.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. I know, but I bet when Lady Gaga wrote that song, she thought it would be a lot sexier than us playing euchre to that. Oh man, that is hilarious, Aaron. So even though I didn't realize it, that's the highlight of my vacation.
Oh, good.
Thank you for that. Only second to when I got sand in my eye. No, sunscreen in my eye. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, just driving me crazy. I could not see. It was all blurry. And I'm thinking everything would be perfect. I'm starting to catch a little bit of a buzz for the first time on this vacation. I'm getting to like sit back and hang out because my kids are happily underneath an umbrella. So I don't have to worry about them burning to death. I'm like, this is great. I'm going to have a couple beers. And then I get sunscreen in my eye. And I'm like, no, it's ruining it. So I'm like, gosh, I just need to flush it out. But all I have is salt water. So Aaron's like, oh, I bet I can make you cry.
No, you said, Aaron, make me cry.
Oh, did I? Okay. See, like I said, a couple beers in. So I'm like, yeah, make me cry. So Aaron decides to stand up and reenact.
I was already standing up. I was already standing up.
In my mind, you stood up. And she stands in front of me while I'm sitting down and reenacts West Side Story.
I didn't reenact.
Oh, you reenacted it, girl. There were some hand gestures up. There was some bending down.
I maybe had a little buzz too.
Oh my gosh, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And
if I ever need a cry, I watch West Side Story.
Yes, but you were telling me and you were being so serious about it. I'm like trying to be so serious with you, but it was so comical. And then it got even funnier when I'm supposed to be the one crying, and all of a sudden Erin's little chin starts quivering and she starts crying.
I really didn't expect it to get me in the retail.
Girl, it hit you hard. And then you're like sitting there wiping tears when I cry. I'm like, I still can't see. The whole purpose of this was to make me cry, and I still have sunscreen in my eye.
Should have baby bird my tears into your eyes.
Yeah, God, that's so gross. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh man, that speech at the end is so beautiful.
I
and
mean,
sad.
Clearly, you really feel like it is.
It is. I really thought, this will be funny. And it was for a while.
It was funny. And then it was still funny for me. I mean, I laughed when you were crying the whole time. I was like, this is the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, it really caught me off
Definitely
guard.
the highlight of my vacation until I heard the vibrator story that I didn't even know happened. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Oh, it was really fun telling Kevin.
I bet he died laughing.
Sweet little eyes were like, what? What?
Our daughter's suitcase.
I'm so sorry. I don't tell you.
Oh, Melinda is going to hear that.
Oh, Melinda, don't listen to this one. It's too late. I need to tell Kevin. I'm like, maybe just tell your mom not to listen.
Just skip that one, Melinda.
Maybe
Whatever. You can tell her that all day long. If I'm the mother-in-law and somebody said, skip that one, I'm like, oh, sure. I sure will. That'll be the first thing I do Monday morning is listen to that one.
I know. Sorry, Melinda.
Too funny. You know Melinda loves it. She's women's lib too.
She is.
Go do your thing. Don't everybody be ashamed of it. But maybe check to see which suitcase you're hiding it in.
Yeah. That's not really great. At least not never gift a used one.
Oh, no. That's definitely not a nice gift.
No.
Maybe if you clean it. I don't know. Anyway.
No, never.
Whole point is.
It's like underwear. That's one thing you don't pass on.
Yeah, you don't ever pass it on.
And really, I don't think that's a mom gift.
No.
That might
Erin,
be like a cool aunt gift. Be like, oh, you would need. Sure, I'll get you one. Whatever.
Oh, if they ask. If they ask. I'm never just going to like impose that on them.
No.
Oh, yeah. If they ask me, I'll be like, okay, I can recommend one for sure.
You could order it for them on
definitely had
Amazon.
some duds. Oh, yeah. If you want to order it and like have it delivered to my house and I can sneak it to you, sure, I will definitely be that cool aunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, never gift them a used one.
That's for anybody.
That's just sound advice.
Yeah.
Don't say we never told you. Good advice.
Right. There are some things I really stick by. That's one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope most people stick by that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's only one way to go from here, and it's up.
Okay.
Let's hear some scary stories, but first, let's get another beer.
Oh, okay. Sounds great. All right. Well, thanks for getting me a beer. And here is our story.
All right.
It's from Brittany.
Oh, I love a good Brittany story.
Yes, we know and love. Brittany is the one with the dimes. Everybody remember?
Oh, yes. Brittany and we have a good little banter going on. I love it. Come on, Brittany, get in here.
Also, Brittany tried to send this in over our website, and apparently we didn't get it. So,
dang. If you're doing that and we're not getting it.
I know. It makes me so nervous. Like, it makes me so nervous. I almost want to get rid of that part on the website because we get so much junk mail.
Yeah.
That maybe we are getting them, but I'm missing them because there's so many, like, Eric Morrison wants to sell me insurance.
That guy. I mean, he is relentless.
I've never met somebody in real life who is as obnoxious as this man.
I bet he's not real life. I bet he's an AI. He's a bot.
Ugh, gross.
I don't even really understand what bots are, but I know they're annoying AF.
That is totally what they are. Okay, so Brittany says, let's try this again. I actually sent this story in February 2023.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, parts of it are missing on the Word doc, but I think it fits in with some of the recent stories and comments in the group.
Perfect.
So I'll try to add in the missing bits from memory. I'm going to go ahead and skip the fangirl talk I wrote back then because you two already know how much I love you.
Aw.
I also babbled about sleep paralysis for a while, but you are all familiar with that too. The only important bit pertaining to the rest of the story is that I explain how often it happens to me. I've gotten very good at recognizing a sleep paralysis situation, staying calm, and bringing myself out of it.
Now, isn't Brittany like a neuroscientist?
Brittany, I think, might be Barbie. I think she's got 15 million different careers.
Yeah, I feel like Brittany is like the woman that does it all.
She's a writer, like an author.
Yes.
She, I think, might be a scientist of some sort.
Yeah, I think she is. Like a marine biologist.
World-renowned.
I'm just going to name off all the types of scientists I know.
Yeah, she's a world-renowned camper and fire starter.
Yes, she's amazing.
I know.
So
Barbie.
what I'm going to say, well, maybe she'll answer it. Does she think it's something scientific? She's also very much a believer.
Yeah, she
which
is.
I find fascinating. I find it fascinating for you to be a biologist.
Yeah, I don't like that you say that in a way that's like, it's so weird to me that you're so smart and also a believer.
No, I don't mean that. I just mean like maybe it's also because I've been immersed in Young Sheldon because that's just did you watch it?
No, not yet.
Erin, you said you were going to do it right then. You're such a liar.
I really did write my paper.
Such a liar. Okay, I'm so proud of you for writing your paper. I told Erin today I wanted her to. I don't want to be proud of you because I really wanted you to watch that episode.
I will watch it.
And our new favorite show in our house is Young Sheldon because we can all watch it together. There have been a couple episodes that I have to like, oh, let's just get through that. There's a lot of, talking about the birds and the bees here and there. But it's such a cute show. And I keep wanting Erin to like fall in love. And she's so resistant for some reason, but it's fine.
Sheldon is my least favorite part about Big Bang Theory.
I tried Young Sheldon. Well, Young Sheldon might be the most, all of the surrounding characters you will fall in love with.
Well, that's kind of how I did with Big Bang.
Yes, but you will fall in love. They're all amazing. And all the way, listen, all the way. No, also, I tried hot boiled nuts for you, Erin.
And what was your answer for that?
They were fucking amazing.
Yeah, they were.
So
yes, they were.
I'm going to try that and say, okay, you're wrong about a lot of things, but you're right about that one.
Yeah, I am.
Then I'm going to need you to do the same thing.
I'm not wrong about a lot of things. I really just shot into that and I'm backpedaling.
I'm going to need you to bring that same energy to Young Sheldon, episode 14, season 1.
You mean really resist it and make fun of it until you finally watch it?
I believe you've done that.
That's how you were with the boiled nuts.
That's exactly what you're doing now. So anyway, this episode 14, season 1 is our childhood. Okay. It's like so ridiculous and hilarious and like the same kinds of thing. And it takes place in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's so cute. You have to watch it.
All right. I promise I will. But everyone should know this one thing about Megan. Once she likes anything.
Oh, yeah. I talk about it all the time.
You get real into it. Remember the library pass, the culture pass?
Yeah.
That's just.
I don't regret it. I'm still real into it. In fact, I think I'm going to go tomorrow and get it. Like, I forgot to get it at the beginning of this summer.
Yeah. Megan finds something. She's like, ooh, I went to this restaurant. And then she will tell you about that restaurant until everybody goes.
I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, people should talk about the things they love.
Except you go to like the furthest away places.
What are you talking about?
You went to some park in Corydon, Kentucky.
Yes,
and you were like,
girl, because it's amazing.
It was cool, but
get
it was
out there,
so
adventure.
Far.
You don't have to hike everywhere you go. You could drive to a lot of these places.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Brittany.
Oh, and we're back.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have no idea what Brittany was talking about.
Okay. Oh, she's talking about how she gets out of sleep paralysis.
Oh, that's right. No idea how we got young Sheldon on that.
Same.
Just because I love that show.
If anyone is curious, I focus on my arm, slowly move to my hand, and concentrate on moving just one finger. Kind of like Kill Bill. If you have ever had to travel alone for a work conference when you are used to living with a husband and boisterous children, you know how it can feel odd. Like you think it's going to be awesome and you can't wait to lay down naked on a hotel bed just because you can. But then a few hours later, you realize how reassuring the noise of your household actually is.
Yeah.
It feels like something is wrong when your kids aren't screaming about what's for dinner and the background wall of noise issuing from 3 separate TVs is glaringly absent. I appreciate and enjoy my moments of solitude when I get the chance, but they do remind me how lonely I would be without all my boys.
Aw.
For this conference, I had been up since 4 a.m. traveling from Cleveland to Orlando. When I finally checked into my hotel 12 hours later, the bed was calling my name. As tired as I was, it was still only 4 in the afternoon, and that's not my typical bedtime. As a result, I lay there too exhausted to even change the TV channel after the movie I was watching ended. But I was not asleep. In fact, I was thinking about how bad my feet still hurt. Side note, there was a post in the Facebook group earlier that reminded me of this story. I can't stand my feet being covered when I sleep. The first thing I do when I get in bed at a hotel is undo all the attendants' hard work tucking the sheets so tight. Your feet only fit underneath them sideways. This explains why they were uncovered in the hotel bed. I'm weird about my feet at sleep.
Yeah, me too.
I hate having hot feet.
Yep.
Like I never feel if my feet are cold. Like my feet can be about to fall off and I don't even notice how cold they are.
Right.
But if they're hot, my whole body is hot.
Yep. I hate hot feet.
Not long after I thought about my feet hurting, I distinctly felt a gentle squeeze on my right ankle. It was just like the way your mom or grandma might give you a reassuring touch as they pass by.
Aw.
The feeling was so physical that I stared at my foot for a good while, wondering how my brain could conjure that up all on its own. I wasn't scared at all when it happened. Later that night, when it was too quiet and dark, that's when my mind began betraying me. Without the reassuring Florida sun lighting up my room, the possibility I had a ghost with a foot fetish sharing my space seemed a lot more real. Real enough that I tucked my feet into the unnatural habitat under the covers. To make matters worse, the filter in the room's air vent would occasionally hit against the metal frame during the night. It wasn't super loud, but it sounded exactly like someone giving one firm knock on the hotel door.
Ooh, that's creepy.
I know. It sounded so familiar, and I am such a light sleeper that the first time it happened, I heard myself shout, "Hello?" before I was even fully awake. Even though I asked the front desk to address the filter, it was something I had to put up with for the whole stay. Here is where the experience differs from the typical ghost story. The next night, my sleep was so weird that the best way I can describe it is like a lucid time slip.
Ooh.
I was aware that I was in the bed sleeping, but it was almost like I was the ghost. I could hear a man talking in the bathroom, like he was conversing with another person in the room who would have been where I was. This wasn't some brief little dream. I could clearly hear every word of the guy's conversation about his business trip. There was literally nothing he said that had any connection to why I happened to be there, apart from the fact that he was traveling for work. So if my brain made the whole thing up, I'm astounded at the level of mundane, boring detail it constructed. I actually remember thinking I'd better let this dude know he was in the wrong room. Just then, she's going to make me say GD.
Oh, here we go.
Just then, the goddamn filter hit the vent.
The goddamn filter.
I know.
That's how she wanted to say it.
I know. Makes me feel even worse now that I'm like, oh, mom can like definitely hear me now. And she's like, Erin, Taylor. Sorry, Mom.
Mom knows I've always said it.
Oh, I bet she does. I bet she does. And she knows that I never.
Yeah, you go ahead and drive that point home.
Just then, the GD, I've already said it once, filter hit the vent. And for the second time, I shouted, hello? Except this time, I had maintained awareness up to the moment the sound jolted me back to being alone again in my room. I actually got up and went to the bathroom, expecting to see some sign of another person's presence. I know it will be easy for Megan to explain this all away as just restless sleep and exhaustion. But I've been tired before. Duh, I'm a mom. I know how real sleep paralysis feels. Never before and never since have I experienced such visceral, tangible moments as those at that hotel. I truly think my state of mind was so outside of its normal circumstances, and my sleep was disturbed just enough that I experienced reality differently. None of the normal neural pathways applied, and my brain couldn't process stuff the way it wanted to. In that hotel, I might have actually experienced 2 moments at once. Preferred pronouns, she, her.
No, wow, Brittany.
Right?
Also, don't duh me. I'm just kidding, Brittany. You can duh me. You're so smart. You can duh me about a lot of things.
Neural pathways?
Right. You always use some words in there that I'm like, oh, yeah, duh, Megan. Anyway, that is amazing. And it might just be a serendipity moment or not karma. That one. I'm trying to think of a superstition, something. The stars aligned tonight that Erin would tell her dream story tonight.
Oh, because you think it's a dream.
Yeah, because if Erin can dream the dream that she just told me, that if you're a Patreon, you get to hear.
I didn't feel like I was awake.
Let me tell you what, Erin dreaming some things will question a lot of things about a lot of things.
That made such good sense right after
Megan.
Megan.
I'm just saying, it'll have
Brittany's.
You questioning where Erin's brain has been and what all it's done and why her brain would ever go into those. I mean, just wild. You gotta tune in. You gotta tune in and be a Patreon to hear it. But all that to say, the brain is fascinating. It can do all sorts of amazing, crazy things. I do think I love the fact that it was so mundane that's what made it so unbelievable that it would be a dream.
Right.
I like that, but I still think it was a dream.
I think that it was astral projecting.
Oh, you think she was astral projecting?
Yeah, I think she didn't even realize it. I think she hopped over to one room over. Room. And then as soon as she heard that bang, maybe even more faintly because she was one room over, she got pulled back into her body.
Brittany, what do you think about astral projection?
Yeah.
Clearly, Erin believes in it. She's always said she doesn't know how she feels in it, but I think she just went there.
No, I believe it. I've believed it ever since that one episode of, The
movie we watched?
Nope. No. That podcast Spooked that I love.
Okay. Ghosts in the Burbs. That's what I thought you were talking about.
No. Ghosts in the Burbs is like a fictional paranormal podcast. But no. Spooked. The stories are told by the people who experience them. And I've told you the story about the woman who an older woman taught her how to astral project. Mm-hmm. And then when she was an older woman, she time looped back to when she was a kid and taught herself how to astral project. It was the coolest episode.
It's a book called what? Outlander?
It was I don't know. Isn't that about a Scottish lover?
No, I think Outlander is totally about time travel.
Really? What's the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah. I may be wrong about that. Because I think I watched it.
Oh, no, it is about a time travel.
Okay, thank you. I'm like, that just totally make that up.
Sexy Scottish. There's no time, whatever. There's time travel.
Either I'm right or I'm wrong, Erin. There's one way to go here.
It could be both.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's a lot of my life I'm that way. Yeah, I think that's a really good story.
Oh, no, I'm telling you. That I've got to find out what episode that is. If you are listening and know that episode, it is the coolest episode of any podcast I've ever heard.
Okay. No, I mean, I think the story is great. I love stories like that, but I think that's what they are. They're your imagination creating this great story.
Okay.
And to me, now I'm going to throw you for a loop, and I might deny this later on, even though it's on record. I might be more willing to believe in a ghost than I am astral projection.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't know that you have the ability to leave your body
and
go on an adventure. Can't you think
of your soul and your mind as being this little thing floating in your body?
No, that seems really bizarre to me.
I think that might be the whole reason we can't agree on this, because that
it all comes down to this moment.
Because when your body dies, your living soul is what goes on.
Yeah, I think it's all one. I think it's one thing.
I know we said that last week was our last episode, but I think this is it. I think we've solved it.
Oh, I was never on a mission. I always knew that we thought differently about those things.
Nope, I was on a mission. We're done.
Okay, well, all right. Kidding. Well, you heard it here. Bye, guys. Get out of having to read a story tonight.
No, I think that really is like the whole point of it. I feel like you are just like inhabiting your body.
Yeah, and I just feel like you are your body.
You feel like you are your body? That's so weird. Yeah,
I do. I feel like this is it. Like we're here. This is what this moment has brought us to.
Yeah, weird.
And it's just, that's what we are. Okay. We are
so here. Different. We are so different.
We are so different. And that's okay.
It is.
Okay, so my story is from a Facebook, what are they called? Group. I was like, post? It's not its own post. It's a post on the Facebook group, True Ghost Story. There, you know what? I figured out how Facebook works. Just, I needed a moment. I had to work it out in my brain. I have to remind myself from time to time how this stuff works. Social media, it's just like it's out of my grasp.
You're still young. You got this.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. But anyway, this one's from Anonymous, but they gave me a thumbs up to share it. So here we go.
Okay.
And this is their sister's story.
Yeah, that's why they're like, I don't care.
Yeah, like, I don't care. Go for it. Very true. My sister and her boyfriend one dark evening decided to climb over the school fence just down the road from her home and go to sit at the old school bike shed. I bet they were doing more than sit.
Yeah, we're just going to go sit.
Yeah, we're just going to sit at the bike sheds. That's what people do in high school, which face the back of the school.
I hate that I have a high schooler now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you sure do.
Oh, man. Okay.
My sister said that she was kissing her boyfriend. Okay, here we go.
Here's the dirt. Here's the tea.
Yeah,
what are the kids saying these days?
We're spilling the tea. Here we go. My sister said that she was kissing her boyfriend when all of a sudden there was a very loud banging on the glass window from inside the school classroom.
Oh.
Shocked by this, both my sister and her boyfriend got up and ran towards the school fence. As they ran, each and every classroom window was making a banging noise.
Ew.
Mm-hmm. My sister said the banging noise followed them at each classroom window as they ran.
That is awful.
When I spoke to her, I said that maybe the caretaker was inside. She said that it was dark and it was impossible for him to knock on every single classroom window as they ran.
Yeah.
Fast forward many years later, my sister's son, so this is same sister, but now her own child.
Yeah, what happened the rest of that night? Now she's got a son.
Yeah, that's true. It was just a few years ahead. Fast forward, he seems to be older.
She said many years.
Oh, yeah, many years. True. Fast forward many years later, my sister's son was in the exact same place playing football with a group of friends one evening when the football went over the railing that's attached to the school and leads down to the underground boiler room. Oh. My nephew climbed over the railing and went down the steps to retrieve the football. He said that he looked through the window and saw a small, deformed man with very long arms just floating in the air.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, let me read that again. A small, deformed man with very long arms just floating in the air.
Oh.
The better to knock with, I guess.
I guess.
Knock
on this door, knock on that door.
My nephew was really shook up and slept with his light on for months.
Oh, man.
The end.
Was her nephew in high school at the time or just playing on the field?
I don't know. Didn't say. Does that matter? Does it matter if he's in high school or not?
I don't know. If he's like a big high school jock and he's like, I'm sleeping with the lights on.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes it a little bit more like, ooh, let's really
maybe he really did see something.
Yeah.
Okay. So my debunking of that is that there were probably already kids that had snuck into the school. They were doing something nefarious. They probably shouldn't have been in there. They peer out the window. They see this couple kissing. They start whispering like, let's mess with them. And there's more than one kid.
Yeah.
So they mess with them. And I mean, that's terrifying. And you're not going to stop to investigate.
That's such an elaborate prank that I don't know if the kids could pull it off.
Are you kidding me? Like, look, you're not the biggest prankster, but let me tell you, when you're good at pranking, The more elaborate, the better.
I know. I just feel like it would, like, that is really thought out. That's like, no, because you don't know what they're going to do exactly. Like,
yeah, but you're like, you probably know the pathway of how they're going to go. So you're like, I could imagine me being like, you go. And I'm like pointing, you go in that one and knock.
Yeah.
As they go by.
I know. That's really good. And I guess that could explain it. I just don't think that high school kids are smart enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like they wouldn't keep it a secret forever. Eventually, they'd be like,
well, if they knew him or if they didn't know him, like what if they weren't even from that high school? They might have been from like a town over.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they were like their rivals, so they're
right.
in somebody else's school.
Explain the long-armed man.
You know, I don't know how old this kid is. I don't know. I need to know more detail about what exactly he saw. Maybe it was the caretaker. Maybe it was the custodian. Maybe he just has really long arms. Like, leave the poor man alone. He's just trying to do his job.
Floats.
No, and
he's really good at yoga.
Maybe they thought they saw him floating. Maybe he's just a glider. He walks really smoothly, and he's like, oh, and the arms just really seal the deal that he must be something paranormal.
Oh my gosh.
How long were these arms? I don't know. I need more detail on that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's real scary.
Mm-hmm.
That would scare me to death.
Well, yeah.
I've only been like necking once in the car when I was a teenager, and some guy like parked really near us and just stared at us. And then we got really scared and we drove away.
The creepiest.
I know, it was really scary.
Who does that?
That creepy old man.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was really gross.
So like in a pervy way, not even like a get out of here, you kids.
I don't know. He was glaring. It was scary.
Ew, that's horrible.
I know. It really killed the mood.
Yeah, I think I would have gotten out of my car and be like, what is your fucking problem?
No way. Are you kidding me? No.
We really are just different people.
No, we were like, let's go and we'll make out somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
I mean, that's probably more fun because once I get riled up like that and angry, that's not what, like, some people, that's what they want to go do then is like, yeah, like now, no, I'm like, oh no, I'm pissed. Don't touch me. I'm now pissed.
No, I was freaked out.
Yeah.
He was freaked out.
Yeah, I bet. He didn't have me there to go, hold on. I'll take care of this.
Yeah. No.
Oh my goodness. Good stories tonight.
I know. Really good stories tonight.
Yeah. Thanks,
and
Brittany.
we had
Thanks,
people
Anonymous.
write in. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
We do need more stories. So please, we're about at the end of my hustle. So let's get in those stories, everybody.
Yes, that's right. I've got a promise from Brittany's friend Aaron. He's going to write in soon.
Hey, listen, what do they say about promises? You can shit in one hand and promise in another or something.
Ew, I don't know. I've never heard this.
You've never heard that saying? Well, now I got to look it up.
Please.
Because I totally messed it up.
I hope.
It makes a lot of sense, though. You're like, oh. Like, in other words, give me proof. Like, really do it.
Really don't shit in my hand.
Yeah.
Don't ever shit in my hand.
What is the quote about shitting in a hand? Oh, Google. I bet just to be Google.
To be your Google.
You get. The questions you get. What is the quote about?
And promises. I feel like promises should be in there somewhere.
You can wish in one hand, shit in another. See which one gets filled first.
Ew. Oh, that's so gross
so
and
kind of the
visual.
same thing. Like you can promise me one hand, shit in the other, and see which one gets filled first. So come on, shit in our hand.
He is not going to write in anymore.
Which is metaphor for writing in.
Oh, yuck. Nobody.
Just saying, just come on. Dude.
I'm not going with this metaphor.
I'm just teasing. But really, we do get a lot of promises of like, oh, yeah, I'll write in.
That's true.
And okay.
Yeah.
We're still waiting.
I do shit a lot more often than we get stories.
Yeah, you do. So come on. Not in people's hands.
Don't say, yeah, really you do. Like, you know, my pooping practices.
I hope it's daily. My goodness. And we don't get stories daily.
You just said it like I poop an exorbitant amount. I don't.
I think you took it that way. I didn't mean to say. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Here we go. You ready for our fan favorite after talking about shit in people's hands?
Yeah. Is that poor person ready?
Bless their heart. I hope so. Okay. This week's fan favorite is the lovely, the one and the only Christy Chess. I'm going to say Christy's last name because, we joke about Rachel's last name so much last week. that really the way I found Christy is because she was commenting on how funny that was. And I was like, well, hey, Christy, I've never even seen you. So
Christy is one of our new patrons. And
Christy
I knew
I picked you for a reason.
Sent me a book in our P.O. box.
It's almost as, well, how come you've not brought that up?
Because I forgot until right this moment. I'm
Christy.
sorry, Christy.
It's okay. You know who you love the most.
No,
it's me.
I am excited. I love getting a gift. Here's my only issue with the Aaron Ruins books.
She's got to listen to him so fast.
I do listen to him normally, but I'm going to read this one. But my bigger issue is that I hate Colleen Hoover.
Oh, you don't like the author?
No, I've never read a book by her that I like. The last book I read of Colleen Hoover, I said, well, I'll never read another one of her books. I'm done. And then everybody was like, you should read Faraday. And I was like, oh, I've actively been avoiding it.
But now you have it, so
now
you have to.
it. I'm going to read it.
Good job, Christy. I like that. You like nudged her into a corner. You're like, you're going to read it.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
Soon. And I'm going to ruin a different book tonight. So
nice. Boy, you guys really need to join our Patreon. We got a lot of things that dreams, ruining
so
books.
Fun. I love the Aaron Ruins book.
Apparently, a lot of people love it. I have not gone back and listened. I cannot wait. But also, I like how you're like, oh, thanks. I've got lots of compliments. I'm like, you may have said it. Like you listened, you did a little bit of the work.
I did all the work. You had to listen to me tell you about it.
And I haven't listened yet, but I bet you needed a sounding board, a pretty funny one, to make it a good segment. That's all I'm saying. I'll go listen and I'll let you know whether I did a good job or not.
It's got my name in this segment for a reason.
Okay, Christy, let's get back to you. So I thank Christy for being a great Patreon. Didn't even know that. A great fan favorite. And she says, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't know if she's from Wisconsin or not, but I made her sound like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I work for a wonderful nonprofit in San Francisco. There you go. I don't think she's from Wisconsin. I work for a wonderful nonprofit in San Francisco called Progress Foundation, where we help the severely mentally ill and those with dual diagnoses, mental illness with substance abuse. We don't fundraise, so if anyone would like to make a donation, they may do so at www.progressfoundation.org. Of course, donating to your local mental health programs is always great too. Thanks so much for the honor. P.S. I did get called Christy Chest if you would like to keep the tit references alive. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful organization. I mean, Christy, that is like the real work. I mean, that is a profession that most people shy away from because it's like the hardest of the hard, and here you are working for it. So what amazing, amazing fans we have. That is just so cool. And then Christy, though, she brings up the chess thing because I said, I'm picking you for this week's fan favorite. Your last name isn't as funny as Rachel's, but we appreciate all your support just the same. And that's what she said, that she used to get called Christy Chest. I hope you laughed. I hope that that people weren't mean, but they sound kind of mean. So anyway,
I hope
Rachel
you had a good chest. Because then you're like, hell yeah, I'm Christy Chest. Check them out.
That's right. Look at me left and right.
I got a tits worth of chest over here.
Oh, speaking of good old Titsworth, she and I had an exchange. It was pretty funny. Christy won't mind because Christy thinks she's pretty funny. Let me tell you my exchange with Rachel, because you and I were like, oh my gosh, I was waiting with bated breath. Like,
I was terrified this morning.
What if she is like, okay, guys, that was a little too far.
Yeah.
Because she gave us permission, but I'm like, yeah, but we laughed a lot.
She gave us permission, and then she was like, I mean, my husband's kind of sensitive about it. And we're like, oh, shoot, maybe don't let him listen to it.
Right. Oh my gosh, thank goodness she sends. Y'all cracked my shit up so much today. Good job with a bunch of laughing. And so we were like, I'm so glad you laughed. And then she says, I just had my husband listen, and he laughed a bunch too. I was like, oh, well, we were wondering if you would tell him to listen. And then with laughing faces. And then she says, he said he wants to send it to his dad, but I honestly don't know if he could figure out how to listen to a podcast. I said, that's hilarious. I would be so worried that we are too much. She said, laughing out, the whole family has to have a sense of humor with a name like that.
Yeah.
By the way, the family lore is that it changed from a Dutch name, Teetsort, Teetsoort, when they came over to the U.S. and someone in immigration thought that they were being funny. So, who knows if that's really true?
That's awesome.
Oh, it's hilarious. So, Rachel, thank you. We're going to circle back to you in just a minute, Christy. But, Rachel, thank you for letting us use that little bit because, oh my gosh, it made us laugh a lot.
It did. I listened to it I've listened to it more than once because every time it
it's
makes
hilarious.
me laugh so hard.
Well, yeah, it's still just to think of it as a unit of measurement is the funniest thing I've ever thought of in my life.
And
it's
the fact
great.
that we now know it really is her last name, and in that we keep going, do you think it's really her name?
Yep, ladies, it really is. Oh, it's great.
My gosh.
And then Christy, thank you so much for all the hard work you do out there, and thank you for supporting our podcast.
I know she sprang out of nowhere, but now she's very active. She's in our Facebook group all the time. She joined Patreon.
Yes, I love
Sending
it.
me gifts. I love it.
Come on.
Even if it is Colleen
Trifecta.
Hoover.
She's a whore?
I said even if it is even if it is Colleen Hoover.
Oh my gosh, I think that even if she is a whore.
I don't know her like that yet.
Whoa. Hey now, she didn't pick her own last name.
Yeah, I don't know her like that yet, but shift don't judge. We'll see. Thank you, Christy.
Yes, thank you so much, Christy.
All right. Well, if you would like to be as cool as Christy and send us gifts, you can go to myskepticalsister.com where you can find out our contact information. That's where you can find our P.O. box. You can also write your story in like Brittany did. You can also find out how to become a Patreon. $3 a month gets you a sticker, a magnet. It gets you bonus content weekly, and it gets you our eternal love. $5 a month gets you all of that plus our movie nights once a week, which we are recording this week, or not recording, but having our live movie night this week. You all are missing out because you're listening in the future. And we
sucks to be you.
Yeah,
should have been
sorry.
here. It
Sorry,
was great.
Christy will be there.
So much fun. Oh, Christy, I can't wait to hang out.
And let's see. You can also find out about our merchandise. You guys are running out of time. I think this comes out on like the 24th, maybe. You got 6 days to order. And after that, we got to close it up so we can get those orders going.
Come on.
We got a lot of shirts and hoodies to send out, so we need to get that going. So if you want a shirt or a hoodie or a sticker or a magnet, then get on our website, go to merchandise, and find out how to do that there. You can also rate, review, subscribe. You can write us in at our Gmail at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can follow us on our socials. We've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com and then just look for My Skeptical Sister. And I think I've said it all. Write your stories in for us. We really, really need them. And we love you guys. Talk to you next week.
Buenos Sera.
I know you've said that one.
That's good evening, not good night, not goodbye.
Okay.
It's Italian. Listen.
La 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 la.
Sorry. We're both so burpy tonight.
We're so burpy.
I burped and was going to apologize, and I look over and you're burping. I'm like, oh, well, never mind. I'm not sorry. You're just with me.
Crazy how burpy I am. It was worth it though. And we'll just cut that right after your yeah, because your yeah was very sincere. And I didn't trip up until after it. That's what I would do if I was editing.
Rue, she's mansplaining how to edit. She's Aaron-splaining how to edit to Rue.
I'm just saying, I heard it in my brain and I'm like, oh, that's what I would. I think I don't need to fix that.
Sure.
Sorry, Rue. You know what you're doing. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Can't stop, won't stop. All these burps. Whew, I'm a little bit tipsy. You made that last bit for me so quickly.